It was supposed to be an exciting camping trip under the stars, a night filled with laughter and friendship. My friends and I had set up our tents in a clearing deep within the woods, far from civilization. The eerie beauty of the forest enthralled us as the sun began to set, and we eagerly gathered around the campfire, sharing stories and roasting marshmallows. As darkness fell, we noticed a strange stillness in the air, and an unsettling feeling crept over me. Trying to shake it off, I brushed it aside, attributing it to the usual nighttime noises of the wilderness. However, as the hours passed, that feeling only intensified, and a sense of unease settled in my gut. As we were preparing to call it a night, we heard a distant howl, too loud and haunting for comfort. We exchanged nervous glances, but tried to convince ourselves it was just a wild animal. To distract ourselves, we decided to play card games inside the tent. But as the night wore on, the strange noises outside intensified. Footsteps, rustling leaves, and an occasional chilling whisper on the wind. One of my friends, Jake, went outside to investigate, determined to prove it was all in our imagination. Minutes passed, but he didn't return. We called out for him, but our voices seemed to be swallowed by the darkness. Panic set in, and we reluctantly ventured out to search for him. The forest seemed alive with malevolence, its dense shadows concealing unseen horrors. My heart pounded in my chest, and the forest's stillness became deafening. We found Jake's flashlight abandoned on the ground, its beam pointing towards a dense thicket. Bracing ourselves, we pushed forward and discovered a gruesome sight. Deep claw marks on the trees and bloodstains on the leaves. Fear and desperation gripped us as we ran back to the campsite, but the horror didn't end there. The trees around our tents now bore the same sinister claw marks, and the atmosphere felt charged with an otherworldly energy. We knew we had to leave, but the darkness had swallowed our trail, leaving us disoriented and lost. As we frantically tried to find our way back, a dense fog enveloped the forest, obscuring our vision further. Panic-stricken and disoriented, we stumbled through the underbrush, our hearts pounding in unison with the eerie noises surrounding us. In the midst of the fog, we heard an eerie melody, a haunting tune that sent shivers down our spines. We followed the sound, hoping it would lead us to safety, but instead, it led us deeper into the forest's heart. The song seemed to echo through the trees, leading us astray from any path that could take us back to civilization. Exhausted and terrified, we sought refuge in an old crumbling cabin. It seemed abandoned, yet a feeling of malevolence emanated from within. Desperation drove us inside, hoping to find something that could help us escape this nightmare. Inside the cabin, we stumbled upon a decrepit journal that revealed the horrifying truth. It belonged to a previous camper who had faced the same terror we were experiencing. The journal spoke of a malevolent spirit that haunted the forest, feeding on fear and despair. Its ominous song lured victims deeper into the woods, where they were never seen again. Terror washed over us as we realized we were now trapped in the same cycle of horror. The spirit had chosen us as its new prey, and we were helpless against its power. Panic took hold, and we knew our only hope was to resist its lure and break free from the haunting melody. With trembling hands, we tore the journal apart, using its pages to start a small fire within the cabin. As the flames flickered, we held hands and fought to remain calm, refusing to listen to the deadly song that seemed to surround us. We chanted words of strength and hope, determined to break the spirit's hold on us. The night felt like an eternity, but as the sun began to rise, the malevolent presence slowly dissipated. With our hearts still pounding, we cautiously stepped out of the cabin, thankful to be alive. We stumbled through the forest until we finally found a familiar trail that led us back to civilization. The horrors of that night stayed with us, forever etched in our memories, a reminder of the malevolent force that lurked within the darkness of the woods. We vowed never to return, knowing that some terrors are best left undisturbed, hidden in the deepest corners of the wilderness where they belong.